Unlimited.
Right, here we are.
Nah.
Right. Hello. So, who wants to do the recap from last session?
I would say Alex, but he's just disappeared.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right for participation levels during any kind of recorded filming.
We all died to the underwater girl.
Yeah, there was the underwater girl, and then we died, and now this is why we're in a new campaign.
Oh,
Come on.
didn't you realize that everyone died last week?
Give me something to work with here.
No, genuinely, there was a TPK. They didn't defeat the demon girl.
No, you are joking.
Did you not see that
why would
demon
I be
girl?
joking?
Are
She
you
was resistant to all magical damage. Like, what were we supposed to do?
Are you pranking me?
We tried to punch her, and then my fists were magical. It was a fucking mess.
Yeah, no, genuinely, she was resistant to all magical damage from magical weapons and spells and everything.
She even turned a couple of people on each other.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
She ended up
charmed
killing each
Vinny.
other.
there was mind
She can't
control.
bring in-
issues.
Brainwashed me.
She charmed Vinny and Thordrum, and they started beating the shit out of everybody else.
We're a sorry sight.
Oh shit. Was I meant to make a new character?
Did you not get the message?
I sent
No.
you 3
Pretty sure
Facebook
it's
messages.
Yeah,
No, you
Dan,
didn't. No, you
Dan
didn't.
did say he was going to message her.
No one did. I totally would have seen that shit.
I wish it were you, bro.
Yeah, I fucking know you're shooting me. I know you are.
Come on, you thought. Come
There's
on,
no
you had
way.
it.
There's
No,
no way.
I got you looking
of
for those
truth.
messages.
There's a lot of truth in what we said.
There's a lot of truth in
Whatever.
what we said.
Great.
Apart from the
I
death
got you
thing.
looking for
Yeah.
those messages though.
Other
There
than
will
the
be.
death thing,
If you keep messing with me like this, there will be a TPK soon. Mark my words.
other than the death thing, everything else was actually true.
Yeah, like
Okay.
They were
the,
resistant.
Right, who's going to do
and-
the proper recap then?
I will say Alex, because now he's here.
I can't remember.
Panic.
Hang
I
on,
mean, what?
just give
So
me.
Like you say, I vaguely remember that fight,
we basically like. Well, Vinny
and then
basically
we went to,
started the fight.
then we went to,
Yeah,
but like this stuff that happened.
We got there. We started the session
with the
confronted
evil
with the
woman.
scary girl.
yeah.
Yes.
And Vinny sort of used his innate ability to
Be awesome.
detect thoughts. I mean, that's not innate. That is
And good and
consistent.
evil as well.
No, he couldn't do that because we're unable to cast spells underwater.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, every single one of Vinny's spells has some speech component, so he can only use his innate ability to detect surface level thoughts, and then discovered that she was pretty hungry. Probing deeper, we discovered that she wanted to peel open my armor and
Yeah,
eat
juicy.
Wow.
the Vin.
You know, kind of like Red Lobster for dinner.
Saucy.
Yeah, but red lobster would be disgusting, and Vinny would taste amazing.
I don't know. He's changed a lot since he started.
That's true. That's true. He's not.
You got that stank lobster taste now.
He's
Oh,
not the,
God.
he's not the same man he used to be.
You know how long he's been festering in that armor?
He's like
Oh god.
he's like lobster sticks
No,
now.
he's
I
not
guess
festering, dude. He's marinating in his own juices.
Oh, God.
that's the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that there's some definite cheese going on.
Lovely.
Some definite
Wow.
discharge.
Some proper cheese, some Stilton.
Oh.
There's an absolute thermidor in his armor.
Now, I actually made notes last session because I was like, right.
So why haven't you volunteered for the recap?
Well, because the notebook has made
Large gaps in the plot.
Yeah.
no, it just it's not this notebook.
It's been misplaced.
My memory has large gaps, so
So Vinny, after detecting these thoughts, instantly decided she deserves a hammer to the face and expected to see a bloody cloud where the hammer had sort of left a hole in her body, and it just sort of hit her. The hammer went slower than he expected, I think because we were underwater. The hammer hit her and she sort of just rocked back like it was nothing. And then like she got these glowing white eyes and like sharp teeth and
Was like
roll initiative.
She was discreting like a white, like milky substance whenever we hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a Kinder chocolate. She's a milky,
My favorite. Milky.
milky, and it's
Oh yeah.
No bueno.
Hmm.
We we quickly discovered. Well, Vinny didn't realise. Vinny was just hitting it as hard as he could because he was sort of panicking because he's not very fond of water. But the rest of the team, I think at this point we were probably loud boys, based on the
Wow.
approach.
Well, you were loud boys, only you couldn't speak.
Bubble boys.
Bubble boys.
Bubble boys.
Bubble
Bubble boys.
For sure, bubble boys.
Bubble boys. Bubble
Bubble boy,
bubble
bubble
boys.
The loud boys quickly discovered that certain types of damage weren't really having an effect.
Certain times being
as-
magical.
As we
Yeah.
discovered this, sort of Vinny went blank and stopped, and so did Thordrum, and they started making moves to defend the creature. At some point, Eden turned herself into a mega shark, or like
It's
a
just-
giant
I think it's just
shark.
a giant shark.
Big ass shark.
shark.
Absolutely.
Mega
absolutely
shark's
a
head.
megalodon.
Um,
She was
I
the
became
Meg.
Nessie.
Yeah, she
the Meg
was-
from the
yeah,
movie
she was-
Meg.
Yeah, she was the
Jason
Meg
Statham was there and everything.
from the movie The Meg, and
Mm.
Jason Statham did make a token appearance.
Yeah. He Eden seemed to do considerably more damage, and that's at the point where we kind of realized that, we've been gearing up for magical at all times.
Eden just wanted a
Magical
bite
damage
of that
wasn't
Kinder
doing anything.
chocolate.
Yeah, just a bite of that Kinder chocolate. Then at this point, I believe what happened was Isaac drank too much alcohol. Forgotten. I remember.
there was certainly
Every
a point
time.
at which, in real life, Isaac, not Vinny,
Yeah,
had
no,
consumed a
Isaac-
quantity of alcohol larger than his small frame could handle.
Exactly.
In
I
your
mean, not.
secrets.
I,
At this point, I remember we managed to resolve the combat. Vinny and Thor
we
didn't
killed it.
actually really damage everybody too bad. I think Vinny got out of it quick enough so that he played it off like nothing bad happened. We killed the thing. It turned into a cloud of
missed.
mist. Through various signing and pointing and waving, we decided to walk around the field of chained bodies.
Rather than through it.
Rather than
And what you
through it.
guys didn't realize is, I will let you know, because I'm not planning to put another one in the campaign necessarily, but that was an evil water spirit possessing the body of a dead child from one of the shipwrecks, and you managed to destroy it pretty quickly. In fact, within 4 rounds. And it was, in fact, just before it was able to call upon the forest of bodies in order to inhabit those as well. So you guys killed it just in time to stop being overwhelmed by a number
was
of
like
corpses wielding heavy
100
anchors,
bodies. Oh,
That's
Jesus
nice.
Christ! So
which could have been really bad.
Yeah.
yeah, so we skirted around,
Could've been.
and
Wasn't.
just as the the underwater city of Atlantia appeared, we ran into some mer people of various types.
Merfolk?
Merfolk. We had a sort of a brief discussion about, hey, what's that over there? And they were like, well, we don't really know, but we watch it. Anyway, off you go, lads. And we just wandered over. There were these nasty, big-looking serpent boys that kind of looked like eels, but they were, I don't know, they had a special name, which I definitely wrote down,
We will
along with many other things.
I'll
which-
just throw you on the throw you onto that one.
Was that,
Yeah,
hang on,
I
was
do not
that
have
the
the
map on Roll20 put on to trick me that we were starting a new campaign?
Yep.
I think we were on it before.
Not quite. No, that is where they are currently.
That's where we are.
That's where I passed out drunk.
Yep, for
Yeah.
sure. These are the. Anybody remember the name of the fish?
Giant fish. That's what I got.
Alex, you need to stop eating that ice cream so lovingly.
No, I think you should continue. I believe the viewers will like the intensity with which you are consuming that.
Yeah.
You've
You
got to
need
get to the base.
Okay, you need to look at the camera more.
You do. Yeah, no, make eye contact with the camera, please.
How long did it
Yep,
take?
that's the one. Absolutely getting this video demonetized.
Wait, what is
Yep, that's
Oh,
it. Done.
why?
doing?
What did I just see?
Okay,
It was the
so
conflict, wasn't it?
nobody remembers this. I was going to give out an inspiration, but they are great fish.
Great fish.
Well, giant fish.
Not just good fish.
I mean, they are giant fish, but they are called great fish.
This is why I make all of my notes on my phone, because I had a notebook and now the notebook is gone.
Now it's gone.
We entered through a barrier. Everybody could talk again, and it was awkward because Vinny realized he fucked up, but didn't really mention it. So it wasn't mentioned.
Okay. How did he fuck up?
Well, he
Well, you
may
were
have
there.
initiated the.
I wasn't there.
He yeeted a hammer at a small child.
A hammer at a small child unnecessarily.
That's our Vinny.
Freaked out.
Isn't that? Hang on. Now I seem to remember another person interacting poorly with a small child, and they got banished from the group.
Yeah, but the small child was an actual small child.
That was actually a small human child.
This was a water spirit.
But this wasn't a dream to deceive.
To be fair, wasn't it technically a dream?
It was, but Theron was totally unaware that it was a dream. So
Yeah,
I
he
stand by my
believed
rulings.
that child.
So he woulda,
I mean,
but he didn't.
I
But he
know of
woulda.
I know of
Woulda
another
done.
instance
Yeah.
where he interacted inappropriately with a child.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we don't talk about that one.
Well, I mean,
Now then.
he's I mean, Theron has yet to interact inappropriately with his own child yet. So
You should respect
Oh,
There's still
We
time
forgot
for that.
parents.
Jesus, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did.
That was what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
He abandoned a small baby in the.
yeah, he did.
We basically
Quite
came through
inappropriate.
this sort of mysterious wall of air, stepped into the city, and it's kind of like any other city, but it's built with broken ship parts and other things. And we basically asked a guard or a local person for the best place for information, or we decided that the best place for information would be to go to the nearest inn.
Yeah, you,
And
didn't,
then we
you
had-
didn't actually talk to anybody in
Did we?
the town across
We
the,
just
the whole of the town, all the way from the entrance that you walked in through. You went across the market, across the town square, and and then you found these two
Wasn't it
pubs.
nighttime?
Somebody wanted alcohol.
You found these. It was coming into evening, yeah, but there's this ever-present sort of soft blue light that seems to permeate pretty much everything in the area. So it's difficult to tell when it's day or night. There's not really a day-night cycle here, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think we came to a mutual agreement that we'd look for somewhere to stay for the night because it was
I
turning
think what
evening.
Everybody was
happened was
tired.
Luke had a whole monologue about how taverns are the only place for information.
I mean, they are the best place for information. You're right.
So, having Thordrum tell us that taverns were the best place for information, we had Thordrum get the information, and this is really the point where I had way too much alcohol, so I don't remember any of the conversations, but Vinny wasn't there, so it doesn't matter.
No.
So Thordrum went up to the barkeep and got some drinks. He drunk one of the worst drinks that he could possibly have drunk. If he'd had one more, he'd have been doing saving throws, put it that way.
Oh my god.
He then asked the barkeep to tell him a story, which he did, about a shield. He also
the shield.
asked about Jonesy David, and he kind of runs the whole city, and he resides in the Spire. Also found out there's a golden district where we can get some sick loot, boys.
Oh,
I
have remembered a key detail.
Key detail, go.
There seems to be zero poverty in the city.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be reasonably affluent, and nobody seems to want for anything. So we need to just go mess up this and steal from the main guy, because obviously he's skimming everything off the top, so he's the baddie. Is what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Communism doesn't work. On you.
I was
and how was it that you came to that conclusion?
What conclusion? I didn't conclude. Who? No, nothing.
Okay. Cool.
The only other thing I remember was whilst I was at the bar being drunk, some guy spoke to me. Is it Villiadril? Villathandril?
Yeah, Villathandril, well done. Let's say fake die for Z.
Ding ding ding.
And then I invited him to the table, and he said some things, but I can't remember what he said.
He told us about.
Told us more about the shield. I remember that.
Yeah, but he also has a suit of armor.
Ah, that's
made
right,
out of
yeah.
things.
He has a house
Yeah.
that he needs to get the.
Oh
armor
yeah,
for.
that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
We interrogate
Well,
him.
we
I'm
need
really
to get
annoyed
the
because
armor for.
I noted down all of these friggin' things, what we had to do. I hope somebody else has got the quest that
I
we're on.
mean, I know it's in the spire. Suit of armor with like his specific crest in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he claims that basically,
I mean, we did
Jonesy David like stole that armor off
We
the
did,
Bit-
we
yeah.
did Zone of Truth.
Yeah, we did treat him.
This was all under Zone of Truth, and he said, I have, this is definitely my family crest, and I have more of these at my house. So he didn't lie, and he wasn't trying to hide anything.
So in turn, we made a no promises contract with him.
Yeah, no promises contract.
All right.
Without any contract, obviously, because if you make a contract, there's a paper trail.
Mhm.
So really,
we just had a
said,
sign that was like, he had a piece of paper that was, what did it say?
it said no promises. The loud voice.
We'll do
Yeah,
it if we
signed by
can,
Vinny.
but if we
Yeah,
can't,
literally
then,
just said the Villathandrel. No
Villathandrel.
promises. Signed the Loud Boys.
I think it was, and then Vinny used his broken Semric seal as a wax stamp on
Yep.
top.
Yep.
which means absolutely nothing because Semric doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also burnt the contract immediately because he didn't want a paper trail.
It's the thought that counts, all right?
Yeah.
It's the whole, it's a process.
I mean,
It's the process, you've gotta stick
you
to the
have a
process.
gentleman's agreement.
Huzzah! I'm really annoyed that the notebook is gone. This is what you get for tidying your room.
We then ate and then we went to bed, and I think that's where we pick up.
All right.
Yeah, you guys ate and drank. Some of you quite a bit.
Yeah.
Some
I
of you,
had
some of
some
you
good
quite a lot.
strong water.
But you acquired 3 rooms. You were all doubling up. Fenwick and Delamar are together. Vin and Zed are together, and Eden and Thordrum are together.
Oh.
Oh!
So first question is, does anything happen in the night?
Oh my word.
You don't ask questions about the things that go wrong in the night.
Yes.
All right.
Me and Vinny get it up. No.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, you guys aren't like the longest serving members. You guys would have pretty strong a bond. I wouldn't put it past you.
Oh.
There's definitely been something.
You don't want to know what the Brothers Grimm get up to when
It's unfortunate I'm taken.
Everybody wants to know.
everybody wants to know.
The bromance, she doesn't have to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go shopping. That's the
Oh,
first.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
in,
I
Yeah,
what,
I do wanna
in
go
the
shopping.
night?
This will be my first time
In
shopping.
the
At
morning.
night time.
You go shopping
Yes.
in the middle of the
We're-
night.
No, in the morning. When we
I'll
wake
go
up.
get
It's
shanked.
the blue light district.
Okay. So yeah,
Uh,
the morning comes. You all receive a long rest. You gain the benefits of a long rest. So you gain half of your hit points and half of your health that you'd lost back, and you regain all spells that you had expended.
Did you make any notes of if I've expended spell slots or HP?
You had
Or you-
expended spell slots. You did not lose any HP, but you get all of that. You get all the spell slots back.
Yeah. Cool.
So you're all topped up.
You are fresh, boy.
Vinny will start the day by touching himself for 15 of healing.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. So Zed, you wake
While
up.
looking at Zed.
You wake up to a full-on eye contact from Vincent as he has decided to touch himself this very good morning.
I maintain.
It's not what you think. It's
Yeah, you maintain
it's
eye
lay on
contact to
hands.
assert dominance. Yeah.
Yeah. Vinny finishes his lay on hands.
Yeah, he does.
Figure.
Nods,
Oh yeah.
nods, gives a little wink, and puts some trousers on and goes down for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't supposed to wake up yet.
You were
No,
asleep.
no. I
that
was
what you
supposed to wake up.
Oh no, he wanted the eye contact.
He did.
It helps.
But yeah, you guys make your way down through. You all sort of stumble into the hallway at roughly the same time. Vincent looking slightly sheepish, Zed looking slightly confused, and you guys make your way down to the common room of the tavern, which I will return you to.
Good morrow to everyone.
Oh,
I've
you've got your accent back. That's
Weird.
got my accent back.
I
Oh,
mean,
the
it's
sleep
like-
must have really helped.
I mean,
No,
to be perfectly
so
honest,
long.
mine wasn't that far off.
It's been so
You
long.
didn't, you didn't quite seem yourself for the last sort of 8 hours before we
Yes,
went to bed.
I think I might have been having one of my episodes. It happens when I'm incredibly bored by the people in which I'm surrounded. And I sort of just stop. I project my consciousness elsewhere,
Always have to jab, don't you, brother?
Look,
I,
it's not jabbing, it's honesty.
Right, I'm aware that some of us may have drank last night, so I'm gonna just cover some things that I've made notes of. I can't read my handwriting, so I'm just gonna say the things that it looks like and hope that it makes sense.
Yeah, so given the time that it is that you come down into the common room, there are several people still enjoying some kind of meal to break the fast from the evening. Nobody's at the bar. It seems like most of these patrons don't seem to want to be drinking this early.
Yeah.
Which also is very unusual. Most of the taverns that you've ever stayed in definitely have some locals and barflies that do seem to just have permanent residence at a bar stool. Even in the mornings, they would be drinking. But you've noticed that those sort of, for lack of a better word, degenerates or layabouts do not seem to exist in Atlantia. There's no homelessness, there's no gambling, no violence.
Well, it's a good thing I'm
Well.
here because it's very boring. Let's get some violence and gambling started. I've got some nut. Let's give it a round and see what people think of it. No, that was a joke. I don't have any nut. I smoked it all about 3 weeks ago.
You will take a seat at one of the chairs in the common room, and one of the various waitresses pops over to you, and she says, "Good morning to you all. Is there anything I can get for you for breakfast? Perhaps some hot cafe, or some tea, or perhaps just some thistle root."
So,
Is that,
a cup of
no,
Java.
you go. Java.
Hot Java.
Indeed, absolutely. We can arrange that for you. We've got some left over in the stores. We have been trying to grow it here for quite some time, and the yield is much less than we would have hoped, so it is quite expensive.
Well, I mean, sorry, hang on. I appear to have forgotten how to speak. You must be gorgeous. Is she gorgeous?
She is she seems to be a beautiful young redhead. She does have this sort of shimmer effect to her skin. Roll me a perception check.
Is she part fish?
She must be part fish. That's the only reason I would be attracted to her.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a scaly.
Oh God, hang on, wait, no, plus. It's a dirty 21.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, so she has these startling blue eyes that sort of look like the ocean after a storm.
Oh.
That'll be.
And she's got like a shock of red tangled hair, but it's not unclean or matted. It is beautiful. It's just she's busy. And she has this shimmer effect to her skin, and as you look closer with that 21 perception, you do notice small fish scales, iridescent fish scales that do seem to mark a fair amount of her face. You have seen these minglings, these types of people around so far. This is much more subtle than a lot of the other ones. There's not that many fish features. It's just these iridescent fish scales, which gives her skin a glow that is quite attractive.
Well, it just so happens.
She is also elven.
Oh, well, it just so happens. But you're not really my type. Sorry, darling.
My brother loves sushi.
But,
Oh,
however, we do happen to have a druid in our midst, a child of the earth, whose magic and connection to animal life and plant life may be able to aid your growing efforts. Eden, do you do plant magic?
Is that true? Are you able to assist with her growing? We could really use it. It's unfortunately the some of these seeds that we have, they don't seem to yield as much as the others. I don't know if it's something to do with the soil that we're using, or maybe the compost or the fertilizer. But it's I'd really appreciate your help.
Sorry, she gets like this sometimes. She's very shy.
Eden pauses for a moment while she considers her abilities.
You got anything?
I
I mean,
mean,
you can druid craft and hand an effect out.
I've got a quick
While,
game.
while your friend considers this this request, would anybody like any food or any further drinks or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, I think I'll get a coffee for everybody if you do the coffee.
Absolutely, yeah. We do have that available. Like I said, it is quite expensive as it's not yielding what we would expect for it to yield. So the demand is high and the supply is low. But
Fair enough.
would you like meals for everybody as well?
Yeah, why not?
Right,
yeah,
absolutely. I shall bring menus over to the table shortly.
Thank you.
I mean,
And
is everybody okay just ordering what's best to save
Yes,
time
The
so we
chef,
can go shopping?
chef's recommendation.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Right. I shall go and arrange that straight away for you, and
I will
the food will come out with the drinks.
flicker a gold piece.
She says, right. That'll
No, that's
cover.
for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Right. I'll return with the total bill for you as well.
No worries.
Thank you. And she totters off back into the kitchen, leaving you guys alone to chat.
Here now, Vincent. Sorry, in my dazed state, I believe I have misplaced this information. Did we in fact make use of my Atlantean key yet?
No, I don't believe we did.
Have to be
Well,
creative.
I have a feeling it might be.
Voice.
Yeah.
A quick perception check. Are we being listened in on?
You can keep your 21. Nobody seems to be listening in so much, although you do notice a cloaked figure in the dimmest corner, and he was there the last evening, last night before you took your rest. Appears to also be an early riser. He seems to sip a coffee, but he does have his hood up, so it's difficult to make out any descriptive features of his face.
All right. Well, I'll just in hushed voice, I'll say, look, it may be of some value around here, perhaps even to Mr. Davies himself, if you catch my drift.
I was thinking that didn't you have a pirate friend that mentioned that it might have been his dagger?
Not really a friend.
All right, an acquaintance.
Could you give me I'll tell you what, as you're whispering, trying not to be overheard by perhaps anybody.
Not a sleight of check.
Like a voice check.
No. Could you just provide me a general stealth check, please?
Yes.
Does that include
anybody that wants to join in on this hushed conversation?
Oh,
may join in on the stealth check.
Inspiration!
Right, I'm using it. Hang on. I've got two. So.
Bella!
All right. I'm gonna stick with a 12. Probably fine.
Oh God. Wait.
So while you're doing this, what was asked of me? What did they ask Eden to do?
I was just asking if you would help that lady grow some coffee plants.
Okay. I have Druidcraft,
Well,
which I could possibly use. It says I can instantly make a flower blossom.
Yeah, I believe.
wait, did that guy
it's
roll
a
a
cantrip.
28?
It is a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah. So it can be used for small feats of druidic magic, such as creating flower growth or small things like that. You could magically create a wreath of flowers, for like a little flower crown, or like you used to make daisy chains and stuff when you were a kid.
Yeah, nice and romantic.
Yeah, stuff like that. But like to assist in growing in a field, it might not be quite as effective necessarily as they might be looking for. It may help, certainly,
depends,
if you
'cause,
spend enough time on it. Like, if you were to spend time druid crafting constantly for a long, extended period of time, that might also help.
It's
Given that
because
it's so low.
I can make a seed pod open. So if I plant a few, and then the seeds come from that they can plant.
You can certainly make the seed pods open. Whether or not they're going to take in the ground is a slightly different thing.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like a whole Minecraft thing. You just
yeah. I mean, you
they
might
grow.
have to...
You take the seeds and you put the seeds in, and then they grow. And
yeah, you might have to take some time, days, maybe over a week, possibly druid crafting across the whole of the fields.
It's like, hey, I'll give you one. Take it.
Yeah. So obviously,
Fenwick.
it's a cantrip,
What-
so the higher the level of the spell, the less time you're going to have to spend on it, right?
Yeah.
What spell does Eden use to open a seed? Open sesame.
Oh no. No, that one actually hurt.
Wow.
That one actually hurt.
Can you take away
I'm
DM
actually
inspiration?
physically
Can
offended.
somebody
by that.
cast silence on him again, please?
Not again.
I mean, it might actually be a good idea with this hushed tone.
What about you guys?
Been
But I
very
thought that
hushed.
landed just fine.
But
Vinny needs
In
to
Elvish,
cheer
it's
up.
even funny.
rocks fall, everyone dies.
No.
But yes, no. I'm very content to.
Let me see
Yes,
if there's
Vincent. Maybe we should seek out this this gentleman of fortune and perhaps see if he's willing to. Perhaps he'd be interested in purchasing this item off of us.
I have a feeling that the item that I'm looking for is maybe a prized possession of his, so
Perhaps a trade.
perhaps a trade.
Mayhaps a trade. Mayhaps. We'll see.
I was wondering if we could perhaps go see this Jonesy David and then go shopping. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I prefer shopping
I would
first.
prefer looking down at my robes that are still yours.
Oh, they're my
Um,
silken robes.
Yeah, I would like to go shopping first.
Yes.
Yes, I would
Okay,
like to.
selfish.
Let's go shopping first.
Fair enough. Let's go shopping first.
Well, yes. Well, you never know. It could. We could ensue into a battle if we are woefully unprepared. And
At
that's
this point, breakfast arrives along with your coffees.
just cool. Lovely. Thank you.
Beautiful.
lady.
Should this cover it? I hold her a platinum piece.
Oh, she says you're very, very gracious. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Vincent,
What?
stop flexing.
I'm not flexing. I don't understand money.
Is that? I'm looking around. Is that
that is
figure
the-
still?
you know from Vincent's previous interactions that is completely untrue. He totally understands money. In fact, he's heavily business minded. He used to run a drug empire.
Look, I don't really
Which
know
means
how
it's
much
why he likes
little
flexing.
things cost. Like, how much is a bottle of milk? I don't know, 30 gold.
He understands currency, but he just doesn't understand silver or copper currency.
Yeah, no, it's all gold and platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, gold and platinum. You
Oh,
can't
speaking of-
sell nut by the freaking copper piece. Jesus Christ.
Mammy,
I,
how much money do I owe you, Mummy?
I believe it's 15 platinum.
50.
Oh,
You may have it. Here you go. 50.
okay. Aren't I holding most of the money?
Oh,
Anyway,
you are holding
but-
quite a bit of the money, also. Yeah, you actually even have currency from different worlds
Yeah, I still got those
and
little.
different planes of existence.
Good to hold on to that shit.
Yeah, yeah. You never know when you're gonna need a bureau de change.
Is that hooded figure still there? Did he witness the exchange of platinum pieces?
He seems to still be in the corner, in the dim corner.
It's the waitress there.
is he smoking a pipe?
He is sipping a coffee.
Oh,
You should ask waitress, girl.
Yes, sir.
Happen
oh,
you
no.
know that gentleman over there in the hood with the coffee?
I'm afraid I don't. He came in maybe 2 nights before you. Keeps himself to himself.
one of those ranger folk.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but he's
Has he?
he's certainly a quiet
no.
one. He even
was
sleeps in the common room rather than paying for a room.
Has he paid for his food and his lodgings?
He has, yeah. He's paid up front.
Oh, okay. In that case, could I buy him another round of whatever he's having?
Sure, I think he's just drinking the coffee at the moment.
There you go then.
Just trying to fleece us.
Hey. There you go then.
Right. I mean, that's just going to be 2 silver pieces.
I give her a gold.
Of course you do.
I don't have any. I don't have any silver pieces.
my goodness, sir, you are certainly very gracious. I shall. Would you like me to make him aware it's from yourself?
Sure.
Right.
Blow him a kiss when he looks over.
Yeah,
Indeed.
we'll wait till he looks over. We'll get a magnum and just
Yeah, she hurries. She hurries
Or
off.
just wave at him like.
She hurries off.
Yeah, everyone just loudly wave, like,
Hello.
I can see you, pal.
Yeah, she hurries off and returns with a coffee and places it upon his table. He does look up, but not enough to reveal the face. And she appears to be having a brief conversation with him and points in your direction, Vinny, and then returns back to her duties.
Okay, cool.
Does he not even look over?
He appears to be looking in your direction and then looks down to consider the coffee.
I will just give him just a and a
one of them.
thumbs up.
Yep.
And then I'll just get back to eating whatever I'm eating.
Indeed. You do perceive a slight nod.
But it's very slight.
Very slight.
Okay, I accept that. I don't even know if he's involved in the plot at all, but
Just a random guy.
just a random guy just bought coffee.
Well,
He might think I'm flirting or something.
Who knows, man? Vinny could do with a date.
He has not. I mean, a lot of the old the scriping late at night.
Oh, are you doing the
Oh dear.
Scriper sex?
Yeah, he scrapes his
God.
ex.
That's what he was doing in the morning.
She's not my ex. She's still my wife.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you saw her?
Like 6 months? No, wait, not that long. Like 4 months?
It's been nearly 5 months.
Yeah, nearly 5. I'm not counting or anything. Vinny is counting, but he's trying to play it off casually.
Vinny's
like it's not a
always
big
counting.
thing.
Vinny
Yep.
counts the seconds.
Yeah,
Vinny does count the seconds.
Vinny does know that it has been exactly 4 months, 22 days, 15 hours, 23,
No, it's
23 minutes since he last saw his wife.
Oh my god.
4 months, 22 days, 15 hours, and like a few minutes here or there. Who knows? I'm not counting. Who is? Not me. And she
Well,
definitely
then.
hasn't spent time with my brother. Damn it.
That breakfast
Well, I mean,
was
you do know from your Skype conversations that he has been leading the refugees from Semwick. And
Oh,
he does in fact have a lot of interaction with the War Council and in fact your wife, who is taking the figurehead position in your absence.
He's raising your son.
No, my sons are already raised. They're all adults now. That doesn't count.
My sons are raised.
My sons are raised. I did that.
They think he's the best stepdad ever.
Probably.
He's got a soft top Mazda.
He brought them
And
a
he
new
cuts
bike.
hair for a living.
Yeah.
He lets them eat ice cream on the weekends as well.
Mm.
And I said no to ice cream, at all. But
But you
You
bought
know,
them the latest
Got to draw the
console.
line somewhere, haven't you, Vinny?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, in this day and age, who freezes cream?
Yeah, true.
I mean, we do it. Semric, it's a big thing. It's a new
Yeah,
thing.
you can't
Cultural,
make that
yeah.
canon.
It's a cultural
How?
thing.
It's a cultural thing.
Vincent's Gelato.
Sorry, I'm astounded that even though Semric has banned magic, they somehow managed to figure out a way to freeze liquid
Well,
It's
we
like,
have
man,
we have
Vinny's,
a pretty
in like the medieval age.
yeah, Vinny's Gelato Bar is it's really taken off.
popular. We've got a real high peak nearby.
Yeah,
It's like
the
just run it up the mountain
Run it up a mountain, churn it up
and
there.
then run it back down before it
Yeah,
melts.
before it melts. They're ice runners.
They ship the ice down from the mountain and then
On the back of a donkey.
on the back
Oh,
of a
that's
donkey.
brilliant.
You
Mate,
expect
Summon it the
me
donkey.
to drink my whiskey without ice? I don't think so.
Okay. I'm ready to head off to the shops now.
Let's go shopping for magical items.
Okay. So where are you guys heading to?
Magic items.
Magic
Gold district,
items.
right?
Does anybody
Magic
recall
item.
where that was?
The
There's a
Golden
gold
District.
It is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the one that's real gold.
Okay, right.
Real
so,
gold.
give me a second. I have. Okay, you guys are just going to give me a couple seconds. I have not added that section to the map currently.
Alright.
So
Oh.
Well, why is the Golden District just a massive black box?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, wait, no, there's some pink boxes. There's a pink and black box checker pattern.
Oh my god! Oh my
The
god!
texture hasn't loaded.
Texture hasn't loaded properly. Reload the game.
Texture's not loaded.
Right before we go in here, I think we should quick save just in case anyone wants to steal anything. I mean,
Quick save.
come
It's
back
like
to
the
this point.
original Assassin's Creed.
I love that quick.
Oh,
save.
I literally just started playing Black Flag again today.
Oh, Black Flag. What a game.
Oh boy.
The absolute, as soon as I started it up and I heard the ding 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 I was like,
It's so good.
right
It's
in
the sea
nostalgia.
shanties. They're so good.
Yeah, I know. I haven't got
Sometimes
to the
I just-
shanty bit yet.
I'll just like just sail away on the waves, just listening to the sea shanties. Not get involved in any piracies.
Okay.
Like, apparently there's sea shanties in Valhalla. I
Valhalla
don't know if
looks
it's true.
really good.
Oh,
Don't know if it's true, but-
that'd be nice.
And also Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima.
Tsushima, yeah.
Tsushima!
It's
Yeah,
currently
amazing.
60 quid though.
Mate, what in 60 quid nowadays?
Yeah,
Come
which
on.
Look,
which
it's not
AAA
60
game
quid
is
in
not
3 months'
60
time.
quid?
Look, in 3 months' time, it's a story game. It hasn't got any online. 3 months' time, that game is going to be 20 quid.
I mean, it can't be more of an upset buying that than me buying DayZ when it first came out standalone.
Oh, I did
And
the same thing.
Nothing
I did the same thing.
happened.
Ever.
They just took 30 quid and were like, yeah, that's
Just that, lads.
No, you guys head over.
It wasn't even any
to-
stabler either.
You guys head over towards the Golden District.
that is pretty.
Thought it was golden.
It's very blue.
It's only called the Golden District as they trade mostly in gold. And in fact, there is a gold minters guild.
Hey.
Wow. Do they? I mean, I'm
It's
running
the
out of gold.
beard.
Maybe I should change some of my platinum into gold. Do you think?
I mean, that is possibly something you would be able to do here. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I kind of like the flex of the platinum piece dropping. It's just there's nothing
yeah.
quite like it.
Yeah. But you only need them for special occasions, right? So you could exchange part of it. But yeah, so you guys progress into this district. What is it specific you guys are looking for here?
So I'm looking for.
Are you guys looking for maybe
Love?
armor shops, weapon
That's what I'm
shops,
looking for.
trinkets, maybe some jewelry?
trinkets,
What kind of stuff? are you looking-
artisans, that sort of thing.
I would like a staff.
This is Eden's first time shopping, so she kind of wants to look everywhere.
A staff, right? So you probably want to go to
Right.
Yeah, so you guys give me an investigation check.
Yes,
Before we go, shopping, can everybody just come here? I want to give you all some.
All right. Hello, Vincent. What would you like to give us?
All right. Here is a small purse with 200 platinum pieces in it. Spend it wisely. Off you go,
Wow.
Wait, each?
each of you.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
What check did you want me to do? Sorry, Dan.
Investigation, please.
Oh, with pleasure.
So that's 200 platinum.
Ooh.
Now in this game, that's 20 G's.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
He's
I've
just
got-
in a generous mood.
I'm just in a generous mood today.
It just does something nice.
Wow.
Get yourself something nice.
Get yourself an ice cream.
Yeah, get yourself something nice. You could buy
It's a
your own
small loan of
freaking
$1 million.
shop.
Buy shop, yeah.
Buy your shop.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That might not be a bad idea.
You could buy a housing complex and rent it out.
We could see if we could. Actually, I'm gonna mention that just before everyone splits off. Now I know we're not really like, we're kind of just straddled together by very thin, weaves of thread. There's often a lot of tension, but the five of you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 of you. I really feel as though in times like this and the things we've accomplished together that perhaps it would be worth setting up a residency somewhere. We've already got a name. This place seems cool, and
It's kind of tricky to get to. Oh wait, but you can do the old.
yeah,
Zippity zoo.
Whatever we get has a magical circle.
I don't think everybody here is actually. Hang on, has everyone here
So
looks
third
like?
week. Yeah. So before you carry on, you
Yeah.
have noticed because you do have quite a high passive perception also, but you and a high passive intelligence score. So you have noticed that not only is this certainly the friendliest place that you've ever been, is that it's the least judgy. Nobody has given you a second glance because of the way you look, which is totally different to everywhere else you've been. Also, magic's cool here.
I kind
In,
of
in fact, people who could do magic are praised and revered. This kind of sounds like your kind of place.
I could do that coffee thing.
Guys, have we found the good ending? Is this it?
You guys could be folk heroes here.
Anyway, just planting the seed. Perhaps Eden can make it grow.
Until Fenwick wants a fucking monument built.
Hey, just maybe like a little plaque, all right?
Maybe there'll be another army of the dead somewhere around the corner.
No. Hang on. Look, that was a different elf. You guys are being majorly elfish.
So elfish. Anyway, yeah, mate. Just a thought. Keep your ears open. All right, I'm gonna fuck off to the magic item place because for the first time in ever, Jacob is gonna sell his magic items.
What? Who is this? Who are you?
Have you made sure that nobody in the group wants them first?
Good point. So
just because last time you threw a ring into the ocean that would have been incredibly handy, and you did not seek any kind of approval before that. I know that was a different character, but you know.
I actually don't have a lot.
That is a very valuable ring that is in the bottom of the sea.
Oh, it's okay. I found it in a pond. I've got another one.
Yeah, he fished it.
We want the rod of lordly might.
I mean, that sounds
Any
interesting.
information about what it does?
That sounds like Dalamar. That sounds like it could increase your
It
power.
does.
It does. You're already immense power.
I'll demonstrate quickly. So I turn it into a mace, and then I press another button. And I turn it into a flame tongue sword.
Yep.
Press another button, turn it into a battle axe. Press another
Now
button, turn it into a spear.
That
And
is
it also can turn into a ladder and a battering ram. And it also has a couple of cool little, it can just do the boring shit like
And this is being your
terrified.
DM is feeling confused as to why he would give away such a highly useful utilitarian item.
Yeah, 100%.
And this is it. This is the reason. It's just.
I'm going to want that, brother.
Really? So can't really make good use of it.
I don't know. I know.
A ladder or a battering ram?
Yeah, well, look, man. I don't know. When was the
man.
last time we can knock a door down?
It's all good, man.
I mean, I can usually
If
do
you
that.
want it, you can actually. I would like a little bit of money, if that's all right. But what are you going to do? You going to trade me? No, I'm sorry. I'm joking. But
We are family.
fine.
I mean,
have it. Remember this goodwill, Dalamar. You can have the rod of lordly might.
Bloody
Dalamar-
tight get.
Are you not a wizard?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah,
Are
it's like there's loads of other shit I could do in place. We've got knock, and I can probably, I can fly. I don't need a fucking ladder.
No, I suppose. No, I mean,
Peasants.
could our number one fighter Z not use a magical item that can turn into several different?
I mean, it would
Weapons.
mostly be useful for the battering ram and other such items. Yes, my main weapon would probably be better.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it has. Hang on, I will kind of just. I don't really know how to RP this, but it's got
It's a
like
cat fight.
With a sheet of paper that says description at the top of
in the
it.
instruction manual.
It's a +4 sword.
No,
Whatever that means.
because it has it's got they've got the ability to drain life, and it's got the ability to paralyze the people.
I'm taking it because I'll be up close if Dalamar is okay with that.
Yeah?
I mean, I'll be probably right next to whoever we're fighting, so I'll be more likely to get a use out of it.
If you want to take it, that's fine. I don't need. I
Is it
just want it for
classed as a magical item?
Yes.
Do you have to
So
return to
if
it?
you, if
What are you doing?
Me?
Rubbing out.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I'm sorry, I'm rubbing out. What is it? What
It
does look like?
It looked like you were rubbing out.
I mean, yes.
Rubbing something out.
You're definitely rubbing one out.
Yeah.
Do you have to attune to it, by the way?
Yes, that's the problem. All my magic items are tuning, so
This is going on YouTube forever. This is brilliant.
Oh,
Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop now because we're watching.
Talk J to me. Come on.
Like, yeah, give us a little
I
bit
know.
of something.
you guys want to know something really fucking gross?
I don't know.
Yes.
Do I?
So,
Always.
so there's something up with my mouth at the moment.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Basically, my uvula at the back is like really fucking long.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can't
It
beat a
got-
long uvula.
Yeah, it got super sore the other day, and I think in my sleep I kept like pinching it between my tongue and the top of my mouth, and it's like stretched it out, and now it keeps hitting the back of my tongue, and it constantly feels like I have a bit of food at the back of my mouth that I need to swallow.
Are you
That's-
saying
gonna-
that you've stretched out your long uvula and made it sore overnight?
I don't know what happened.
Someone's been putting the dick in your mouth, mate.
This is the most confusing boner I've ever had.
I mean, definitely not my trickiest one.
Do you want to see it?
No.
no.
Oh my! I always want to see your uvula.
No.
I won't show it now, but I'll put a picture.
When somebody came to me and they said, "Do you want to see one man, one jar?" I said yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
Because you got to know.
Yeah.
It might not.
Somebody
I
showed
mean-
me as it, ruptured.
Oh mate, no, that's
God.
He
just
just
the
went, "Look at
worst.
this," and I went,
Has he got a
God!
prolapsed uvula?
That's
"Oh,
it. Hang on.
Oh my days! You may have prolapsed your uvula.
I mean, I'll admit, I do
I've
technically have two.
You've got two uvula?
Mine's been, because of like everything that happened when I was born, I actually is like cut down the middle, so I actually have two little ones.
Whoa!
I've only just
Awesome.
learned that that's what a uvula is.
Does that mean that you have like? Does that mean that you have an
Does that
unfair
mean-
advantage in yodeling contests?
Does that mean you have like
it's the
that?
little thing, yeah, it's the little thing that hangs at the bottom of the mouth.
That's
Yeah,
not
that-
what mine looks like.
That's what Harry's looks like. Yeah.
I mean, it's not got as much on the top. It's more like the smaller than that, but yeah.
Dope as fuck.
That's
It's like
awesome.
a fish is coming out the top of your mouth.
No. It looks like a fucking snake tongue or something.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, basically Harry's part superhero.
Yeah.
this is
I'm
the
sure.
start
I'm
of the
sure that
X-Men."
was
I mean-
definitely in one of the superhero backstories.
Like, my superpower is nasally voice. I'm pretty sure.
It's nasal man.
Maybe
As
you
long
have
as it
some
doesn't
kind
look
of-
like that,
Maybe
you're
you've got some
fine.
kind of sonic humor. power.
Oh God! Why are we looking
Mine
at
looks
this?
This is
Oh
recorded.
God!
Somebody drew
What is
on their
that?
uvula.
Give me my motherfucking magic spell.
Great.
Right, does everybody have the money I gave you?
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
Are you gonna now? Don't put it in your back pocket. Keep it safe. Keep it secret.
I'm still
Alright.
waiting. I'm still waiting on my
I
bank
will
transfer
keep this
list.
chest of thousands of coins in my back pocket.
Well, yep.
Okay. I'll head to the first nearest magic item shop.
Dan, I rolled a 27 for my investigation check. I
Wow.
don't know what that did.
Well, that is freaking insane, bro.
It's been that long.
An
Dan might not
even
know what it
27.
Wow. That is.
27.
Yeah. So it doesn't take you long. In fact, you look around and you spot right across the district, just tucked away in a corner. The sign's a little wonky, but you manage to read it even at this distance, which is impressive. But you see the shop, Arcane Wands and Wizardry.
Love it. Who wants to follow me to
Thordran.
Arcane Wands and Wizardry?
Thordrum's a bro. I'm
Is
going with it.
is he Scottish or is he English?
I've decided to change his name.
He's definitely English now. He's
Very
definitely
dangerous.
Charles.
yes, and that's quite good because if you ever leave, I can do his voice.
Exactly.
What
I've decided to
Sounds
change
like
what he
that.
sounds like because I can't do a Scottish accent.
That's great. That's great.
And now he's that good
That's
game.
right. I can't do a New Jersey accent, so Vinny's accent is Vinny's accent.
Yeah.
I mean, his vocal cords have changed recently, so it's not surprising to me that he is no longer from New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
He's got like a slightly New Jersey thing, but it's not really. It's more
It's more just a raspy, kind of posh
Kind
English accent.
posh English accent with the occasional Semric twist,
Yes, yes.
which is where you go, "Wait, what?" Like that.
Hey, oh,
Hey, oh,
hey.
dear Jesus. Hey, no, I was walking here.
Hey, come on, guy, come on.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, no. Has anyone? I'm looking to enchant something. If anyone sees something that like an enchanter, not like a shop that you buy things that are enchanted, but like a shop that.
Perhaps you could roll an investigation check to find an enchanter.
Well, no, I don't really want to do that because I'm not very good.
Do you want me to help you look so you get advantage?
Would you like me to help you look?
You could be provided with advantage by Delamar.
Yeah, I'll come and tickle you.
Could you also roll? Because I don't know. Yours is probably higher than mine. Your power.
My power of what? Investigation?
Yeah, Delamar and Vinny have a discussion, and Delamar says, I'll have a look out for that, Vinny, and see if we can find anything.
I mean, it's probably not, but I'll take a look.
I will also have a look.
Investigate.
I got a 17.
I got a 22.
Okay, so you guys are rolling separately, but you've rolled one each, which is fine. So neither of you got advantage, so that's okay. With the 22, Delamar does spot it before you do. And you find...
There you dolt! Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was asking you. You offered to help me, and then you insulted me. Thanks.
Yeah. You spot a shop on the opposite end of the district to the one shop, which is called Errol's Enchanting Emporium.
Errol.
Yeah, Erol. Errol.
Do I notice any suspiciousness about this shop?
It looks like a shop.
Cool.
Can I see if anybody seems to be paying attention to us?
Yeah, sure. You've already done an investigation check, but give me a perception as you glance around the people that you can see in the street. It is still fairly early, so there are a few people about, but not as many as there would be on perhaps at the height of the business of the day.
Want to
Investigation.
stick together?
Fantastic. Oh.
That was hot.
6.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Damn, son. Damn.
God damn.
I thought I was going to be a little one, sorry.
You glance around the crowd and no. While a few people glance over at you, it's only a cursory passing glance, mostly the recognition of new people, and perhaps just some of you are heavily armed, so perhaps they give you that kind of look like, I wonder what these people are doing. But other than that, nobody's staring.
Okay, good.
Certainly nobody's taking multiple glances. Yeah, nobody's taking multiple glances or anything like that.
Guys, I'm thinking I might take my helmet off. I haven't really felt fresh air on my face for a long time, but it doesn't seem like they hate people here.
Well, they might.
I know, but
they might.
I haven't felt a breeze on my face.
Maybe take it off in a shop
Before you
around
do.
less people and then see how they react.
Yeah.
Are you still a fucking lizard?
In one of the
I'm
shops.
not a lizard.
He's
How
not a
dare
lizard.
you? I'm a Valharu.
You're a lizard boy.
I'm an ancient race of demigods.
You're a shit gecko, mate. Come on.
A gecko.
Oh, wow, yeah. If you were a superhero, you'd be Gecko Boy.
Gecko boy.
Gecko boy.
Gecko
I look
man.
like a
you
gecko.
No.
I look like a
I'm a
hairless
man.
elf.
Gecko Man is the guy who he's a sidekick for.
Yeah.
Gecko man and that's like
No,
that's like
Lizard
calling
Man
him
and Gecko
Batman
Boy.
Bat Boy.
Yeah, no, Lizard Man and Gecko Boy.
Couldn't get away with calling him Batty Boy though, could you?
Oh, mate.
No, doesn't really.
He'd definitely do you one.
He would.
He'd do you one proper like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does anyone else have any? I think maybe.
I mean, my plan was to go to some sort of armor shop.
Armor, okay. Yeah, give me an investigation check. Eden, is there anything that you're looking for in particular? Delamar, anything that you're looking for in particular?
I am looking
Armor.
for... Well, I've got some nice armor now.
You're looking for power.
Absolutely I'm looking for power, but I can't think of any intelligent way to get it. So I don't think I'll be rewarded with power.
Okay.
But did what's his face take that weapon off me? Did Zed take the weapon off me?
What weapon?
I thought so, yeah.
All right, okay.
What the rod of Lordly Might?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Zed could use it a bit more than you could. Zed has just about nothing at the minute.
Yeah, I'm pretty naked.
He just has his packed weapon, basically.
Could I find a master of something and train with him?
You absolutely could. It would mean spending a fair amount of time in the city. It would probably take you a week to train anything, depending on what it is. Maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. We'll have to find out what it is that you want to train in first.
In that case, because we ain't got that kind of bullshit. In that case, I need mats for my shit. I need you to never be like, yeah, but have you got the resources for that spell?
Yeah, but have you got a feather, mate?
So you perhaps want, maybe an apothecary or somewhere where you can purchase reagents and materials for your components for your spells.
I mean, the wizarding shop might help with that.
The wizarding shop.
Wizard?
I think it's on Diagon Alley.
Arcane wands and wizardry.
Diagonally?
Diagonally.
You could roll an investigation check to see if there's something perhaps more suited to what you're looking for.
He just comes out the other end, but he's totally normal, but his body's like that.
Diagon Alley.
Zed, you got 24 on your investigation, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
These high rolls coming in.
Yeah, these are high rolls, mate.
Really...
So
I got two,
you
too.
see, it's not so much an armor shop necessarily, but that you can see sort of near the center of the district, in what looks like one of the bigger, grander buildings. As you guys walk around, investigating for your various shops all together before you split off, you do notice there is, in fact, an Atalantean servitor guild. You know the servitors to be arbiters of law and justice, and they always wear the finest equipment that money can buy. So it is quite possible that you maybe could go to the Servitors Guild to perhaps attempt to obtain some of this equipment, or some of their cast-offs maybe, which would still be of very fine nature.
Is
and they potentially
like a
have
guild known to the Venator's Guild then?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, the guilds are known to each other for sure. You don't spot a Venator's Guild here, though. You sort of get the impression that perhaps there's no need for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or whatever the case might be, but they just don't appear to be present here.
Yeah, that'll be my going.
What do you get, Delamar, for your investigation?
22.
22. Okay. So you do have a look around. That is a pretty high roll as well. So you do see.
Everything I look at.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, you certainly see everything you look at. Just checking my notes. Hang on. You do see. Yeah, no, you do find an apothecary. You find it's Madame Mary's Apothecary and Potions.
Oh, sounds a bit flamboyant for me, that. Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me, madame.
Okay, so you guys all wander around the sort of district, and you do sort of point out all of these different shops, and you kind of decide that you're all going to peel off from each other and visit these various shops that seem to contain perhaps each of the various bits that you need. And so as you split off, Delamar's shop is closest, so we'll go with Delamar first. Then we're going to go with, I believe Fenwick and Thordrum both went to the ones.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to Fenwick and Thordrum, and then we'll go to Eden and Zed, who both went to the Servitors, and then Vinny, who went somewhere else.
To the Shield place.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he went to some places.
I don't accept anything good for you, though.
He's disappeared at the minute. So Delmar, you arrive at Madame Mary's Apothecary and Potions.
Okay, well, I want to conjure force magic to blow the door open and just like stomp inside. Exactly.
Establish dominance.
Exactly. Before we start haggling.
Is that for real?
No, I don't want to. I don't want any trouble. I'm going to go in. I'm going to be like, "Excuse me, madam."
A good day.
I require. I'm just gonna. Do you know what? Let's make this transaction short. What if I just like give her my spell book and then I say I need materials to cast these spells?
Well,
I haven't written them down.
I'm sure indeed that I could assist you. Where do you hail from?
And it's at this point that you you've walked right the way into the shop and sort of you were offhandedly having this conversation as you were looking around the shop as you entered, and you're pulling out your spell book. And as you look at the Madame Mary, you notice she, certainly for all intents and purposes, appears to be a Taradel.
What?
What? I'm gonna tell her that I'm from. Where's that place that I locked the dude in the room?
The Isle of St. Croix.
There you go. I'm gonna tell him from the Isle of St. Croix.
Cridy.
Friday.
I'm gonna eye her up.
Alright. Yeah, you are up. You trying
Is
to
that bitch squirming or what?
She looks confused more than anything.
And where would you hail from?
From Cridy, you say? You seem... Perhaps I'm mistaken, but you... I was thinking that perhaps you were of my own people.
It certainly would seem that way, wouldn't it? I want to know how you've got here, if you catch my drift.
Unfortunately, I was out looking for reagents and various.
You popped out for reagents and warped into a different realm? Is it realm? Dimension?
Well, actually, yes. I stumbled into this other place, a place between, you might say. It was a long golden hallway with doors along it. And I had stumbled into it, and I got a bit turned around and chose the door I thought was correct and ended up completely under the water and found myself here. And I've been here ever since. I've never been able to find a way back.
Had you made this life for yourself, or did you just arrive here as an apothecary?
This was the life that I had chosen. I was an herbalist in the Circle of Light.
And
I arranged for all the components for all of the Circle members.
What do you know of our people? Are you aware of the plight?
I am, indeed. It was one of the things I was tasked with gathering quite powerful reagents for the spells that they were going to use to close the rifts.
They left you with such an important task and you failed?
Yes.
Up front.
I'm just going to give her a very, very disappointed look.
I have been living with this shame for quite some time, but I have learned to accept my current circumstances, and I have made a life here for myself that was...
Made a life? Have you any information on how we can contact our people?
Well, I mean, it was perhaps 130 years ago that I fell through the portal.
Woman, I asked you a question. Give me my reagents. I don't think she knows anything.
Anybody else?
So she looks a little shocked and stunned, and
getting a little impatient. Want my reagents now?
Yeah, she looks a little shocked and stunned. You hand over the spell book, keeping an eye very closely on her as she flips through it and calculates all of the reagents. She is making notes on a separate sheet of paper of all the items that you're going to require to cast all of your spells and how much of the components for each spell do you want? Do you want one set? Do you want 2 sets? 5 sets?
20.
20 sets of all the components required to cast every spell in your spellbook.
Yeah.
See how much it costs.
That's a fuck ton of twigs, mate.
It's a lot of petrified branches, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they don't get used up.
She says, I mean, that is going to clear me out. Bear with me a second. Let me check my stock levels. She hands the book back to you, and she shuffles off into a back room. You hear her close the door, lock it, and then footsteps trail away behind the door into what appears to be... I mean, the front of the shop is quite small, tidy, compact, but you knew from the outside of the shop that it was much bigger. It looks like she's gone maybe into a warehouse area at the back, or perhaps some, garden center type deal where she's growing these reagents or whatever.
I have no idea whether or not this woman's just left me here and locked herself in the back room.
Well, she's only been gone a few seconds so far, but we're gonna cut to Fenwick and Thornton.
Is she aware of who I am?
And the size of your power?
Yeah.
Not
I'm
current.
gonna fucking show her in a minute.
Well, I mean, she's seen your spell book, so she's aware you've got some power.
Fucking cast wish on her in a minute.
Yeah, she's seen your spell book, so she is aware that you've got some power. But I don't know how impressed with that power she is exactly.
Well, I'm going to interrogate her more, and it's not like the, double trouble's done with her. I'm going to go and talk to my brother about this.
I see, right, okay. Well, let me just adjust this.
And then we're going to get on this shit.
Down.
Alright, there we go. That's a bit better.
Because I failed to believe that this woman's been here for 120 years, and she hasn't learned anything. And I feel like if that's the case, she's failed and it's weakness, and we can torture her, and it's totally fine.
It's totally fine. It would be absolutely totally fine, yeah. Right, we cut to Fenwick and Thordrum as you guys are now at the entrance to Arcane Wands and Wizardry.
Question.
Question.
Does Thordrum have a beard?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do have a beard.
Thordrum, I've never told you about this, but I always admired your beard.
Thank you very much.
Might I just give it a little stroke?
I believe he's asking to stroke your beard, Thordrum.
Not at all, no.
Okay. Use an ointment.
Just spit.
Just spit. Does everyone
just
work
spit in the
same, or
grease
does it have
from
to
my
be
own
all-
hair.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Is anyone spit or just your spit?
Just my own spit.
Oh, okay. Would your spit work on my beard, or would I have to spit on my own beard?
I think you should spit on your own beard.
Okay.
You don't have a beard.
I know. I'm inquiring because I would like to acquire one.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a magic formula.
Oh, you just...
What?
How do you do it? Can elves grow beards? That's a good question.
I'm 105 years old. I seem to have grown it over time.
You do not recall ever seeing a star elf with a beard.
I don't
Do
recall
I
seeing a
ever
star
have
elf, do I?
stubble on my face?
What?
Have I ever seen a star elf before?
You've never seen a star elf before, but no, Fenwick has never seen
me.
another star elf with a beard.
Okay.
In any of your dealings,
Well-
you are coming to the conclusion that perhaps it's not possible, and that it's a cultural thing.
Fair enough.
Maybe you should take the lead on this one, babyface, and and ask the majority of the questions. So I will ask for a specific item that I'm looking for.
Fair enough. I will do that, and I would like to. To saloon entrance. Is it two
Yes.
doors?
It's just a one door.
Just
It's just a window, but it is-
Conor
it is-
McGregor through the door.
Yeah, it is hinged, and there's no latch.
All right. Well,
so it
I'll make
does.
that-
It does even creak as you open it. And there is a. You look into the shop. It's fairly dim, although it is lit by some arcane enchanted lights, which give off a dull green flame glow.
You know what? It is so refreshing to see magic just in the world.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Gosh. Excuse me. I'll call out.
Yeah, so you look across the shop and you can see shelves with display cases. And as you look a little closer, because you've got a high passive in it, you can see a faint shimmer of arcane energy. So these cabinets seem to be protected in some way by perhaps some wards of some kind. You see shelves with books on with the same shimmer covering them, but with the spines shown, so you could peruse them and decide if you were looking for anything there. And then quite the ways across the shop, it seems to be sort of like a long, narrow situation. You can see at the far desk a man writing in a ledger with these little, those little tiny spectacles that sit on the end of the nose, a pince-nez, if you will.
A pince-nez.
A pince-nez, yeah, and
Schneebly.
Schneebly. Yeah, so and you can see him. He seems to be writing a ledger. He doesn't appear to have heard you currently. It looks like an elven man, probably quite a ways on, as he has long white hair.
Does he have a beard?
There is no sign of a beard.
Damn. Okay.
But he does have a long mustache that trails down in two long, like those like Ming, like Ming from Big Trouble in Little Chinatown, but white.
Yeah.
Pointy-eared.
Hello there.
So you call out again, and he just sort of looks up and looks around and spots you, and he goes, "Hello, please come closer. I'm a little bit hearing impaired."
Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. Let's make this as quick as possible.
And we can probably get out this guy, so let's do it now.
We can get this guy, can't we?
Yeah.
No. Yes. Hello, my good sir. On this fine morrow, my friend and I are here to inquire about some magic. You do wands and staffs, right? Yeah.
Indeed, yes, I do. Good day to you and your friend.
Yes, my friend here is looking to buy, and I am looking to have one that I currently own, just kind of appraised, I suppose. There's something about it which I've not been quite able to infer.
Oh, intriguing. I could certainly attempt to identify its nature for you. If that's something you wish, I do provide that service for a price.
I must ask, you're not offended by magic of the necrotic nature, are you?
Well, it's certainly frowned upon in other parts of the world. We tend to be slightly more open-minded as long as it is used for the correct purposes. I mean, even health potions are necromantic magic.
Yeah, I see. That's what I tell everyone, and everyone's like, "They're like abjuration or something." I'm like, "No, really."
No, it's definitely necromancy. Yeah. But used in the correct way, it is quite possible to be helpful rather than hurtful.
Anyway, here it is, and I would like to produce the scepter of the necromancer.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find them details.
While
I do, what's Thordrum looking for?
You see, I really want a staff or a wand or something like that.
Great.
Dark mage.
Well, what do you always? Is there anything, Thordrum, when we're in a big fight? Is there anything that you think, oh, it would be fucking great if I had that right now?
Probably not, to be honest. I'm actually quite solid.
Well, perhaps maybe I suppose a good use for them is wands and staffs and the like tend to they give us access to magic that we may not have memorized, added to our spell books. So if there's any specific spells that that you're kind of looking to inquire about as well, there might be a wand or a staff which has the ability to cast such spell.
Yeah, so the kind of effects that you can expect to receive from a staff or scepter or wand are perhaps casting spells without using spell slots, which would usually have a number of charges per day. You could perhaps have things that would increase perhaps some of your ability score modifiers. You could have something that would perhaps grant you increased like attack and spell rolls, or
so I'm
damage
looking,
increases.
I've only got like +7 to my roll, so is there anything that's going to be able to increase that?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly quite possibly going to be something that you'll be able to pick up for that. So you're looking for definitely something powerful, so that's going to increase your attack abilities.
Yeah.
But what are you looking to harness?
I'm looking to harness my magic in a way and have it focus out of.
And what is your focus to magic? Or it's your sorry, I should say that in character. And what is your focus in magic? So what is it? What is it you would like to focus on, so that I can try and tailor the equipment to you?
I'm looking to kind of
see.
I had a really
elemental magic, fire and ice, or do you prefer the subtler magics, perhaps domination or conjuration of creatures, or perhaps illusion magic, creating things that were previously unseen?
What's Phantasmal Killer? What would that use for magic? As in what magic?
I believe that's illusion magic.
Is that illusion?
I'm just going to check.
Create an illusionary. Yeah,
yep.
Okay, yeah, it is, yeah. So, yeah, something of the illusionary. Kind of.
Budding illusionist. Okay.
That makes sense, actually.
Right. I shall have a look in the ledger and see if I've got anything there for you. Now, but just before I go and have a look through the book, the Scepter of the Necromancer. Is that what you called it?
Yes, that is what it almost is what it is called itself to me. I've
You've cut out, is what you've done.
You've cut out terribly. I can no
I
longer
feel as
hear
though
you.
there's some sort of better yet. Is it better now?
That's much better.
Cool. It's like there's a spot on the bed where the Wi-Fi is just right. Anywhere else, it gets all fucky.
Yes, magic can be a bit spotty at times.
The Ethernet, you know.
Yes, the ether.
Yes, I feel as though there's almost some level of consciousness behind it, but I've not been able to weave my way into the energy of this object.
into the weave, you might say.
Weaved into the weave.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. I mean,
so I was wondering if you might be able to give me any more information about its nature, perhaps.
About the net of the ether.
The net of the ether, the nature of the ether.
or perhaps about the equipment.
What do you mean?
Not the Ethernet, but the
No.
The net of the ether. Is that what you want information?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Stuff, man.
Indeed. Well, it allows you to cast certain weapons. You do have to be quite the proficient in magic in order to use it. At least a 15th level spellcaster.
Don't mean to brag.
Well, they're orders of magnitude higher than some people. Now, it does allow quite a few spells, perhaps a few times per day, once per day, and even one with no limitation on its casting.
I've been unable to find that one.
What'd you say?
I've been unable. I've been unable to understand what that infinitely cast spell is.
It's a ray of frost.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Good to know. Out of game. That was never told to me.
I know.
Okay, that's cool then. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, of course. The ray of frost. Yes, it's so. Yeah, no, but I've been unable to actually, I've not been able to get it up. Just can't quite,
And what is it that seems to be the trouble? Do you think you're just thinking about it too much, or?
I don't know. It's like everyone expects you to just know how to use the weapon straight away, but sometimes it takes time for some guys.
Oh, so maybe do you think it's maybe more of a physical thing, like your power's not quite high enough?
Look, man, don't go flinging the P word around here. Right? We hear it all the time. Is it? I just want to know: is there some deeper consciousness to this scepter that I'm not yet aware of?
Well, I can confirm that the scepter itself is not sentient.
Okay, cool.
It is quite a powerful magical item. It will increase slightly your attack and your spell casting, and perhaps even your ability to dodge spells.
Oh well.
And it does, in fact, cast some very potent spells of its own.
Good to know. All right. So how is I've not quite become fully attuned to this thing yet? Then have I? Because I've not been experiencing these sorts of effects.
There is something about it that I cannot quite determine. Certainly, its uses I can see and identify, but it's almost as if part of its power has been locked behind a ward, but I cannot find the ward it's locked behind.
Okay, good to know. I know a lot about breaking seals that probably shouldn't be broken.
Oh, I see. Right. Well, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Not if you saw it.
I know. I was trying to be nice.
Oh no. Thanks, man. So what do you think? Just meditate on it for a bit and try and find the area to kind of bust through.
Certainly, I would say definitely meditate on top of it.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Indeed. Yeah. No trouble at all, my good friend. Now, just bear with me a moment while I search through my inventory and see if I can locate this item for your friend.
Okay. Sick.
Thank you very much.
Thordrum, you ever broken any arcane wards?
No, only some backs.
How?
Well,
Arcane backs.
arcane back. Yeah, that's like that's like your spine isn't broken like IRL, but like you believe it's broken. It breaks the will of your spine. God damn, that's intense.
Spiders.
You wouldn't be up for helping me bust through this arcane ward, would you?
I mean, I can try and help if you feel like it could be helpful, but...
Just before I forget, sorry, for the identification, it is going to cost you 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's all right. Do you do change?
Yes.
Aldrin, how much is a platinum?
I think we should give him a rock and then see if he notices.
No, I've not. Actually, well, yeah, good point. All right. I will. No, this is a magic guy. Of course, you're gonna fucking notice. I'm not gonna play these games.
Yeah.
That's not who I am anymore. That's the old me. I'll give him a platinum piece and then cautiously ask for change because I can't remember if a platinum is 10 gold or 100.
Platinum is 100 gold.
Okay. Here, I will just plonk it on the little change, please.
Tiffin.
Oh.
Damn.
So I'm back at Tegan's,
Yeah.
which is where I had the delicious tiffin, and I had some again.
It's good shit, right?
It's good shit.
It's good shit.
Like, dangerously good shit.
Yeah.
Go away. Bins out, apparently, according to my phone. Is everyone taking the bins out?
Mine was yesterday.
Reminded me.
Good for you.
Well, this morning, actually.
No.
I've put them out
I'm
a few
always meant
days
to do the
ago.
night before, so I wind up waking up like just as I hear the bin man outside
Yeah.
I guess you can make it without.
Just in like my birthday suit, wheeling a bin around the corner.
just
want to,
dick
but-
bobbing around with a wheelie
Just like
bin.
flopping about in the wind, bouncing against the backside of the bin. Covered
Oh no!
Oh,
Your
Not a
power is gently caressing the dirty wheelie bin.
mate. It's a nasty one.
Okay.
We've had this. Oh, I won't.
No, sorry.
Go for it.
I don't have anything specifically illusion related, although I do have some quite powerful staffs, rods, and wands that you might be able to. You may well be interested in them, should I say?
What is your most powerful?
Well, the most powerful is also perhaps the most unstable.
Usually what happens.
Go on.
Well, it is commonly referred to,
Except for the necromancer.
certainly by the person that I procured it from, as the Wand of Wonder.
Oh gosh, that sounds cool. Get that one, Thordrum. Go on, treat yourself.
Get that one. Get that one.
Honestly, look, Thordrum, if it's illusion spells you're looking for, I'll just teach you a few of mine.
It does, in fact, I believe, cast at least one illusion spell. However, its effects are slightly random.
50.
Just give me a second.
Looks like Thordrum is doing some research on the Wand of Wonder.
Also, man thing.
Oh, that is.
Do you happen to I've heard tell of some very ancient, powerful magic things. You might not have any that do allow an increase in the number of magic items that one could attune themselves.
Ah, yes, no, indeed. I did used to have one of those. It has been some time since I sold it, though. It was maybe a few years back. But there was a circlet. A circlet of Sarig.
Circlet of Sarig. Cool.
S-A-R-I-G.
Oh god, hang on. S-A-R.
I-G.
This
No,
one
I did.
is amazing.
I did,
This wand is so fucking weird.
You have a 1 in 20 chance of casting Fireball if you do it.
it's 1 in 10.
Oh, no, 'cause it's 5. Oh, never mind. There's like 2s as
What
well.
were you going to say, man? Sorry?
yes, the person that I sold it to, he did have a residence here, but he and his group of friends, they had travelled out to go and study more about the really deep creatures of this ocean, and some of his friends did return, but he did not, although they were carrying some of his items. I don't know if they were in amongst those belongings, but I believe they're still being held at the Servitor Guild. So you could possibly inquire there. It may still be around. They probably have got it locked away, as they do covet quite powerful magical items. However, they may be able to sell it to you for a price.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for that.
Indeed.
And
I've taken some time to
Indeed. Well, that was
think
just,
about the
that,
wand.
That was the first item that I got on my books. Before you make a decision,
Yes.
let me just give you the information of the other. Let's have a look. There is 1, 2, 3 other items that you might be able to consider.
Okay.
All of varying power levels and varying cost. There is the Rod of Rulership. Now this allows you to command obedience from creatures for up to 8 hours. There is there was just 2 more. I do apologize. And then there is the Staff of Power.
Oh,
my god.
I want it. I want it already.
Indeed. It is a magical quarterstaff, and it has many unique properties. It would be worth looking up in your little application there.
Yes.
So while Thordrum looks up the Staff of Power and decides between that
stuff of power. Stuff of power.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to take your staff of power. How much would that cost me?
Yeah, perhaps no decision was needed to be made.
Indeed, yes. So this staff of power. Let me do a short calculation here. It's a very rare magical item. Indeed, that's going to cost. Oh goodness! It is a rather large sum of money. I have it here. 350,000 gold pieces.
Oh Jesus!
How much did you give me, Vinny, earlier?
20k.
So 200 platinums. That's 20k.
And how much is it?
350k.
Jesus.
Jesus. I mean,
I have
350K?
165 platinum pieces.
Hang on.
I feel like it's worth investing in this for Dalamar anyway.
For Dalamar.
Perhaps you guys could split the price and just share it.
you can't share power. Don't share.
To be perfectly
That's
honest,
the difference.
if Thordran comes to me, we might hatch a plan to murder the man and take it.
No. Okay. No. That is my fault. I do apologise. I was working on a variant of this, and that will cost more because it is more powerful. But this is the stock one in the DM's magical items, and that is 100 and it's half the price. 175.
Oh, man.
K.
Yeah.
175k.
Still a lot.
Would you take 165k?
You got 165k.
How much is 100? How many platinum is 165k?
1,650.
So you've
Yeah, I
got
haven't got that.
so one platinum is 1,000 gold pieces.
100.
No, sorry. Well, yeah, one platinum is 100 gold pieces. I do
These
apologize.
platinum changes values all the time.
Whoa. Yeah, 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Normally it's 10 gold pieces, but in my game, it's so rare, it's 100 gold pieces.
And we have so much of it.
We have a lot of it.
I have.
You do
Even
have a
after
lot of
we
it
gave
because
out 1,000.
you keep dealing with the people who have the money, which is quite intelligent, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
a calculated
you
choice.
do seem to loot the best tombs.
Only the good tomb.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Only the good
what-
too.
See a bad
So
tomb?
how
jump on.
much money do you need? 175,000 platinum.
He does.
175,000
he's currently
gold.
got. So if you've got 165 platinum, that's 16,500.
He's 1,600.
Well, I just gave him 200.
And you just give
So,
me.
and that's 20k on top, so that's 36,500. And it's 175k, so you're 130 short.
Which is how many plat?
1,300. No, it's not. That's a total lie. No, it is 1,000. 1,000.
I'm pretty sure it is,
1,300
yeah.
platinum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about I give you 36,000, and I also give you this rope of nope.
Well, I mean, there is definitely the possibility for barter. I absolutely would take items up to the value of this staff of power. As I say, it is quite rare and quite powerful. But I mean, this rope of nope is also quite rare and unique, indeed. I would be able to offer you 1,000 gold pieces for it.
I'm never going to get there, am I? Ever.
I mean,
I'm never going to get there.
Like I say, it is very rare, very powerful, and obviously out of a lot of people's price range. So it's likely it'll still be here if you would like to return after you have perhaps procured some more coin
Master,
or items.
Okay.
Master Wizard Man.
Indeed. Sorry. My name is Svalta.
Sparta. Never going to remember that, but I will.
Sounds like Sparta.
Is
Sparta!
That's all right. I remember it now. Yes, Svata. You are a busy man. You must have so much reading and research and study to do.
Oh goodness, yes, it takes up all my hours.
I couldn't even imagine it. Perhaps there is a few things that you need doing that you just no longer have the time for in your busy life. I shouldn't be one to assume, but if that is the case, perhaps my friend and I can make short work of a few things for you.
Well, that is an intriguing proposition.
Perhaps in exchange for a discount off of this item.
Yes. For services rendered, I could definitely discount the price. Possibly significantly, if you could. No, I couldn't ask it of you.
Oh, do go on.
The drama.
Oh, do
I
go on.
love it.
Please, you've hooked me, sir.
But it would be very dangerous indeed.
That's my middle name.
It's another item from the spire.
It is, in fact, the reason I have not procured it myself. But there's a particular type. Yes, there's a particular type of material that I require for some of my research and spell development.
I see.
It is it's only found in the caves to the southeast of the city. It's almost an amber type substance, but it is imbued with some specific properties unlike any other material I have ever seen, and it does provide some very unique effects when applied with the correct magics. I would be very grateful if you could acquire as much of the substance as you can, and the more that you get, the more discount I could provide.
Has this amber a name?
It's not that I'm certain of. Certainly, it's not. Even in my discussions with other mages, it's not something that they've ever come across. I simply call it residuum.
Residuum. Have I heard of that?
No.
Okay.
This guy's actually crazy.
That's from the caves in the southwest. Did you say?
Southeast.
Southeast. Important distinction.
I mean, I hope your sense of direction is better than your note taking, young man.
If I was to risk my life and bring you back this amber,
indeed, yes,
then I would give you 30k plus what I bring back.
Well, we should have to see what kind of volume you bring back.
You think you're doing this alone? It's going to be our staff, all right?
We're going to share this shit, brother.
Yes, perhaps we could. I believe we.
Dalamar doesn't even know the stuff exists yet, so shush.
But just for sort of context's sake, how valuable would you say an ounce of this stuff is?
Well, if you could
street price, or
if you could provide an ounce of this material, I would be able to discount the price by 5,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
So you're going to need 60 ounces?
that's a lot.
There's a lot.
It's 4 big gulps.
Perhaps
4 big gulps.
Perhaps I might
From 7-Eleven.
I might ask of you. Could you perchance provide us with a bag of holding for this mission?
Let me see if I've got one on the books. 1 second.
He begins flipping through the pages again.
And he says, "Oh, indeed, I do have one in stock. Slightly used, still in good working order, it says here. That would run you 40,000 gold pieces.
All right. If I were to borrow it just for this mission and then return it to you.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't let it leave the premises unless it's been purchased. There is a sign in the window. We do not do loaners.
How about if I bound myself to it?
Oh, you've just done what I wanted to do, you bastard! I was gonna bind for taking the fucking. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Would you mind if I checked over the spell itself just initially before we cast it?
Yeah, I will present him my awesome grimoire.
Indeed, and it's you already opened it to the page, so he's not having to flip through and see all your cool shit.
Just look here. Ignore all of this weird evil shit on this side.
Yeah. There's like some fucking abyssal in the margins and shit. So he has a look over the spell and checks out the symbols and glyphs and all the arcane writings and procedures, and he says, "Indeed, this does appear to cover all of the possible outcomes. In fact, it's a incredibly well written binding spell. I've never seen one quite this perfect. Where did you design this yourself? Where did you come across this?"
Hell,
We acquired it down the road, but I wouldn't worry.
No, I forget actually.
Well, I mean, it is very impressive. Indeed, if you were to bind yourself to me on the promise of returning the bag of holding, and some usage cost, perhaps 1,000 gold pieces, as it will diminish the value that it's been used twice, I would agree to loan it to you.
How about if I did it on Thordrum?
For a duration... For a duration...
To be fair, actually, Thordrum, it is more your quest than mine.
2 weeks.
2 weeks
is the maximum.
I would be happy if it were bound to you. I would be the impartial judge here between both parties.
My counter proposal was going to be that you would lend me the staff of power whilst I go and find your amber.
I don't think so.
I would bind myself to that.
Screw the house. We just leave.
That is, unfortunately, that would be too much of a risk for the shop and for my business. Unfortunately, certainly I would loan the bag of holding so that you could bring back more of the substance. I'm not sure that I could see my way to loaning you the actual item you are attempting to purchase.
Bit of a long shot. I suppose you don't ask, you don't get.
Indeed, I mean, it was always worth a shot.
One last thing. I have a necklace called the Necklace of the Living Death.
Oh, indeed, intriguing.
I don't suppose you would be able to price this for me? As in, how much would you buy this from me for?
Indeed, well, just bear with me a moment while I find my notes on that motherfucker.
It's fucking really cool, and I don't want to get rid of it, but...
Doing a quick search for this cool shit that I gave you at some point.
At some point. I don't think it's actually...
There we go.
Is it actually in 5th edition, or...?
There you go. While born, living being becomes undead. Undead being becomes living. Undead are evil, therefore not fully under the player's control. Also, they don't like having people try to put a necklace on them. Yep. This is one of the fishing items, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Cool. Tight. This is actually pretty unique and pretty cool. I didn't design this item, by the way. I stole this from somebody else on the Homebrew sites. But yeah, so well,
Here, let me have a good look at it. I would. It's pretty unique. Certainly for transference enchanting, it might be useful. Perhaps even in a dire situation, but I believe it does have some resale value, so 3,500 gold pieces.
Okay. That's good to know, in case I need it later.
Indeed, yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to set off on this venture down the line.
Indeed.
I understand
now,
you still...
Your friend, the tall, muscular elf fellow. Now, would you mind, please, providing your hand so we can conjure this binding spell, please?
Are you sure you're happy in doing this, Fenwick?
I was actually going to ask if you'd do it. Your quest and all. Means you get the bag.
If I do it, I will be sole owner of the staff.
Oh yeah,
I acquire it.
Hey man, I don't want the staff for nothing. So
okay.
You know.
I will. I'll happily do it. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay, yeah. So indeed, he takes Thorgrim's arm, and Fenwick casts the binding spell on both of them.
If I get to choose the exact ruling of this binding spell then?
No, the binding spell it's based on the agreement between the two parties. Okay. So you don't state the agreement in the spell. Mm-hmm. The spell understands the agreement based on the two parties involved.
Understood.
Yep.
I really could have fucked with them.
There's no kind of fucking up. Yeah. That's cool.
I'm gonna make the tattoo like an infinity thing, but it's a snake made out of chains.
Ooh, I like it.
I like the imagery. Yeah. So Thorgrim and Svelta, they clasp wrists. You cast the spell, and appearing on each of their arms is a moving snake pattern around the wrists, which then slithers across the binding to the other person and forms the infinity symbol as a snake made out of chains, and the tattoo is now on each of your arms.
Can I just say, Sparta?
Yes.
That looks fucking badass on you, man. You should get that done.
Indeed. He lifts up the sleeve of his robe even further, and you can see a giant snake tattoo higher up. It matches my other ones.
Yeah. Awesome. You know what, Sparta? We may be hanging around here for quite a while after this next venture, but
indeed. Well, it's always lovely to have new faces and new custom.
Don't be a stranger, man.
I should try not to be. You know where to find me.
Yeah, and if you ever need anything after this, we're called the Loud Boys. All right, don't you forget it.
The Loud Boys.
Yeah, the Loud Boys. Yes.
He makes a little note in the corner of his ledger.
I shall certainly remember you. Yes, indeed. You definitely are memorable.
Nice. And I shall adieu.
Good day to you both. Yeah, take care.
Good day.
Don't forget 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I will see you in 2 weeks.
Good day.
Got 2 weeks.
Indeed, right. So you guys managed to, yeah.
We got there eventually. I'm sorry it took so long to try and fucking get this stupid staff.
It really did take a lot of the time, and we are coming up on 9:30 right now.
Oh, I thought we were running later because we started way later.
No,
I started to get up early.
All of the people still have to get up for work.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I get up earlier. I work later. I have a day off a week.
Well, I'm done now.
I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Yeah. So we've got Delamar, Vinny, Eden, and Zed to do, and we will continue the shopping episode next session. Hopefully, it won't take the whole of the episode this time. But yeah, quite a successful shopping episode so far.
Yeah.
Are you doing a session tomorrow, guys?
We are. It's back to back. Yeah.
Could I do a little shop? Just like it's like it will take 5 minutes.
What are you looking for?
Just I'd like to see if I can get my hammer enchanted with the ability to cut the thunderbolt spell.
Your hammer is already enchanted. It would be incredibly difficult to re-enchant or overlay another enchantment.
You'd need somebody with incredible amounts of power.
I'd like to. That's the sort of person I was looking for.
No, unfortunately, they wouldn't be. From what you learn and from what you gather from the enchanter after you have a short conversation, is basically that most of the magic here is not like super huge magics. It's mostly small enchantments, useful magical items, things that are gathered from shipwrecks, stuff like that that's acquired in the area. But like the practitioners of magic here are not super powerful. However, the enchanter mentions to you again. Also, Villathandril mentioned it to you that the Council of Four, who rule the city for Jonesy David, who essentially is basically the supreme overlord, but he's never really publicly seen.
Right.
The Council of Four are the ones that created this bubble, allowing the city to flourish underwater. So they are actually quite powerful magicians, and would possibly be able to look at maybe doing something like that for you. Although, again, you're going to have to book an appointment to maybe see them, or he doesn't really know how to go about it, as, he's never had a cause to go and see the Council of Four.
And then I'd probably ask him if he had any further information on the shield behind where throne room in the spire.
Again, he certainly heard the stories. He does reiterate to you that it is white and gold, and it does have. Hang on one second. Where is it? It does have golden eagle feathers embossed on it.
Eagle feathers.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's white and gold, and it's got golden you remember, if you remember correctly.
Yeah. I do remember correctly.
Is Ashen Sugar is
Lord of the Eagle Reaches.
Lord of the Eagle's Reaches, yeah.
And finally, I will ask him how much is this red cape that can fly by itself worth to him. It's perfectly unique.
It is. Oh yeah, that's the one where it's like Doctor Strange's cape.
Yeah.
The enchanter, he will offer you, because it is a very unique item, very cool. He will offer you 50,000 gold pieces for it.
Done. Thank you.
Oh, so you sell it? Cool. Yeah, smashing.
Selling it.
Done. You get 50k. And just cross that.
Could I have? I don't suppose I could have it. I don't suppose I could have it in platinum.
He can't fill the whole amount in platinum, as platinum is quite rare. But you get 20k in platinum and 30k in gold.
Okey-dokey, so that's 20.
So
no,
200 platinum and 30,000 gold.
Okay.
Which he passes you into a small lockbox chest.
I'll put in my large, heavy rucksack now.
Indeed, and it is heavy.
A lot of gold. I need to get a bag of holding.
Do
you sell one of those?
He says he doesn't have any in stock, but he could enchant one for you. It would take approximately a week, and it would cost you 35,000 gold pieces.
I'll give you 30 since we've done some good business.
Make a persuasion check.
Are we staying here for a week?
I think we're staying here for a little while by the sound.
It certainly seems like it, doesn't it?
Everyone else seems to be planning to stay. I don't know about you guys.
There's a 2-week thing.
I'm gonna have a montage, me.
It's an 18.
An 18. He
There's
says.
gonna be a lot of fishing.
I've got to go fucking spelunking.
Indeed. Done.
I've gone into a new area and we've accepted all the
Shake his hand.
requests.
Yeah.
Actually, I bump his elbow because there's a pandemic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Don't date the video, Isaac. Go on.
Yeah, so you definitely.
What, on the 20th of the
No, stop.
Stop it, man. Stop it. But yeah, you make the transaction and you pay up the 30,000 gold pieces, so you don't have to carry it anymore, and you will be able to return in a week to receive your bag of holding.
I ask for a receipt, obviously.
No, of course, yeah. I mean, he provides you with a slip of paper that proves proof of purchase upon delivery once created.
Pleasure doing a business.
Right. Is there anything else?
Business.
Because we're doing the back-to-back tomorrow. I know you're not going to be there because you're going on holiday. Is there anything else that Vinny wants to do whilst he's here? Or is there any notes that you want to just leave for me before we end?
I mean, Vinny's main gain is to get that shield, right?
Absolutely.
His number one. That's the dream. So I suppose
this is mostly for everyone. Obviously, I'll be running Vinny, but this is for everyone to know what Vinny's track
about
is.
The shield that the Captain Tragon has. Not Tragon. That's the guy I killed. To Jonesy David.
Jonesy David. Hanging behind his throne, Vinny. It actually belongs to Ashen. Shit.
Sugar.
Ashen Sugar is his. Well, is his possession. That's his.
It used to be.
Well, it used to be. I mean, it's been repossessed. However, belongs to Vinny. So.
Yep.
You can always use that as like a seat of power to get your own item back.
I think, but Vinny will do favors of power probably to get it back.
So we
probably pay. He would probably pay up to let's see, 4,745 platinum pieces.
How crisp does this sound in the new microphone?
Oh, very crisp.
It's a beautiful opener.
Vinny would offer 4,000 platinum pieces for the shield.
Okay, cool.
4,000.
4,000 platinum pieces. 4,000 platinum pieces. That would be if there was a.
So hang on, that's 400,000.
Yeah. It's an ungodly amount of money.
And Thordrum only needs 175,000 for his.
Where is the love?
Vinny wasn't there.
Vinny wouldn't.
Vinny wasn't
obviously,
there. Vinny wasn't there.
He's not gonna start with that offer, but that's his tippity top.
Oh, so that's the tippity top. That's as high as he's gonna go.
That's as high as he's gonna go.
That's like if it's any more, if they demand any more than that, Vincent's like, all right, this motherfucker deserves to die.
So monetarily, you're gonna go to 4,000 platinum.
Yeah.
Or 400,000 gold, right? But you also will provide favors and
sexual pleasures.
Services. Would you provide services?
Services. Yeah, nothing that will bind him to a contract of
long. They'll blowy every now and then.
So nothing long term.
Nothing long. Zed has it hidden in his backpack.
But would you give up anything else? Say something not physical.
Your ethereal hole.
I mean, I don't think giving up memories is a good idea. We've seen that happen a lot, and it seems to end very well.
When you were locked in that alternate realm with the demon dude, you gave up some dreams. Which we'll come to, I'm sure, at a later date.
You could give up your memory of Semric. It's not exactly there anymore.
of that essence,
Yeah.
Is there something?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to give up something that was maybe not physical, or would you just like us to consult you if that comes up?
Yeah. Will you be able to?
Will you have Wi-Fi
messages?
I don't know if I'll have. That's the thing. I don't know if I'll have Wi-Fi. I would say Harry would probably know to what extent Vinny would go to get this shield.
Okay.
I
will allow Harry to determine the level of negotiation.
Yeah.
Rick, he comes back, he's completely naked, but he's got a shield.
In fact, I'll tell you what, Harry, you can run Vinny because you know him best.
Well, I can't do the accent, but sure.
Well, you can't. You don't have to do the accent anyway. I mean,
do a really.
Isaac doesn't do the accent half the time anyway.
No, I don't.
Like he'd respawned at Lumbridge.
Physically, he would never give up his armor or his hammer.
Obviously.
He's happy to give up his title.
Sure, I mean it is currently meaningless, but yeah.
Yeah. No,
They don't know that. They don't know
still
that.
fourth in the line. Still fourth in that
well, I mean,
motherfucking line to the
I-
crown.
I suppose, yeah, you are.
The
Yeah,
crown.
yeah. Oh my god, the dog is going wild. I do apologise.
And that is all Vinny has to say. Like,
All right, well,
also maybe he'll have a chat with the 4 to see if they have the ability to enchant the hammer extra special.
absolutely. Right, well,
Extra
all right, well,
special.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the recording here, guys. It has been a great session. I hope you guys all enjoyed it.
Love us.
Lovely
Love
session.
shopping
And
session.
we will pick this
Fantastic.
up. We'll pick this up on next session where we continue the shopping episode. All right,
Wow.
thanks.
Loud boys.
Money.
Peace out.